Hello everyone, welcome back to Healthcare Engineering YouTube channel. This is Gaston, admin of the team. We are happy to release part 3 of Banerjee sir's interview session. He is going to share his knowledge in this session about overview on pharmaceutical industry and overview of the healthcare industry. We would like to ask our viewers to share the video and subscribe our YouTube channel to show us your support as well as to learn from the expertise like Banerjee sir. Please stay tuned with us by subscribing our YouTube channel so that you can get all the updates whatever we release in our healthcare YouTube channel. Thank you.
Yes,
So can
yes.
you share some overviews on pharmaceuticals?
Yeah, pharmaceuticals is see. Suppose a doctor to a doctor patient, or suppose to orthopedic doctor. I'm talking. He looks 100 patient. 100 patient to 100 patient he writes pharmaceutical product somehow or other.
Okay.
Out of the 102 he does surgery. That is he wants implants, right?
Mm-hmm.
So pharmaceutical market as a whole is a huge subject, and the concept of understanding is also to be discussed separately maybe, because the word pharma, the word drug, the word medicine, the word poison, all are interrelated and people are confused in and they want to think it separately.
Okay.
So as you asked, pharmaceutical services, what we mean by pharmaceutical services? Pharmaceutical services means the function activities encompassing the procurement, dispensing, distributing, storage, and all those things, pharmaceutical services. But pharmaceutical is being related to the prescribing of drugs and pharmacies, right? Am I right? So in this way, as we have seen the global market of the healthcare industry, as we see the global market of the medical device, if we see the global market, I expect it is around 1.2 trillion in 2018. And it is and it is growing. The global pharmaceutical market, it was worth of 934.8 billion in 2017, right?
Oh.
And it is 1,170 million 2021. So it is as per the invoice pricing, it is coming to be 1.5 trillion as per the CAGR data. So it's a huge prospect and huge market. One problem is that I'm not very sure about the growth, about the death rate in Sri Lanka, but at least in India, as I was discussed in previous interviews, there are very frequent death of newborn babies. There are very unnatural deaths which are happening because of the unaddressed medical needs in India. So this is because we have the patient and the doctor ratio is very poor. Suppose we feel as gynecologists, we have only 50,000 gynecologists, right? So this is very less. So what I have suggested to my regulatory bodies in India, as well as in different part, even I was in meeting in UK, I had a meeting with the health professionals in US. So I have suggested that why don't we formulate something where we utilize the medical professionals, paramedical professionals into the direct prescribing, which is not done in India, but it is done in different part. I will come there. Now, what is happening? We are suppose a pharmacy student have a career opportunities. They have opportunities for retail pharmacy, right? If I'm not wrong.
Yes.
Retail pharmacy, hospital pharmacy, industrial pharmacy, government services, they can go. Pharmaceutical education, they can go for teaching.
Yes.
They can go for nuclear pharmacy, community pharmacy, clinical pharmacy, and research, quality control and analyst you can go for research and development, sales and marketing you can go, medical device safety requirement you can go, ambulatory care pharmacy you can go, compounding pharmacy, consultant pharmacy, internet pharmacy, veterinary pharmacy is growing now. Military pharmacy, pharmacy informatics, specialty pharmacy, pharmacovigilance associate, you can go there. Analytic chemist, quality control officers, pharmacoeconomic researchers or health regulatory affairs, anything. So there are a lot of opportunities.
Okay.
But because of this gap now, which I told you, so there is a new opportunities which is coming in for the pharmacists is the medication therapy management, MTM.
Medication therapy management. Okay.
Management. So it is related to the patient care skill actually, which is very much upcoming now because it was done integrated pharmacy based initiative which was done we showed that pharmacy-based intervention of the patient increased the adherence rate to 2.1%, and increased physicians initiation related to 38% compared to the control group.
Okay.
So, Gastron in Australia, what happens is, they have a very good comprehensive home medicine review, where the remuneration is given to the pharmacist for treating the patient. In Canada, they have given the pharmacist the limited prescribing rights for the provincial government for the medication review. In United Kingdom, they have given the training obtaining the prescribing. They have to undergo a training pharmacist to obtain a prescribing right. In Scotland, they give right to prescription to the registered patient of the Scotland only. In United States, as you well know, expanding the direct consultation with the patient under the banner of senior care pharmacy. They are termed as senior care pharmacy. So, in India, we don't need a budgetary allocation. We need a liberation of this paramedical staffs for better healthcare services in the pharmaceutical. So, in the pharmacy part, I'm talking of pharmacy services. One of that is pharmaceutical, which is huge, as I told, which we can discuss in a later stage, because that is the pharmaceutical industry. I'm talking of pharmaceutical services and the pharmacy as a profession too.
Okay.
Because you told most of your audience are very young.
Yeah.
I wanted to highlight on some of the
Yes, sir.
opportunities in the professional part.
Yes, sir.
Right? So they have opportunities for the academia, sports pharmacy, sports. And now the pharmacy journalism is growing very fast. Regulatory affairs, science and medical writing, progress analysis. Because see, Coca-Cola was invented by a pharmacist, right?
Oh, really?
So Coca-Cola was invented by John Smith, who was a pharmacy, but his mindset was growth. His mindset was growth mindset, open mindset.
Okay.
So if you have a growth mindset, you can take any profession as such into a different level, and you can utilize your core passion into your profession. That is what I feel is very important.
Okay.
So pharmaceutical chemistry, pharmacognosy, the segment is their healthcare segment, health science, chemical science, and the qualities we need with the pharmacy industry, because when we take any B.Pharm, M.Pharm or pharm-based candidates in our industry, we need that they have to proactive attitude, sound applied knowledge in the subject, because your huge knowledge is not needed for the industry. What industry needs is you understand the need of the industry with your internship, with the sandwich program which you can do. Understand the need of the industry and apply your knowledge to the specific need. You have huge knowledge, which my industry, if does not need it, then your knowledge is no use for me, right?
Yeah.
So you need to be applied knowledge to the subject, proactive in nature, crisis management skill, good team member, good communication skill. We have a separate program for communication skill. In separate time, we may discuss on that. Is a huge subject, communication skill, analytical skill, problem solving attitude, growth mindset should be there, truthfulness and punctuality and time management. That is most important for any profession.
Yes, sir.
Each and every second counts in life. Remember that.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Sir, when we were talking on pharmaceutical industry, you have mentioned that since we are lack of medical practitioners, we can impose the paramedical staffs to provide the healthcare services, right?
Yes,
Emergency purposes. Okay, sir.
Yes.
So in that case, sir, do they need to do some more studies, or do they need to practice some more in order to provide the medical services like the health doctors?
Yes. See, medical services as a whole, when we go to the healthcare industry,
Yes.
so healthcare industry, as I told, is fragmented, is a huge subject which we cannot finish. So I want to give an overview of the major part.
Yes, sir.
So another pillar of the healthcare services is definitely the hospitals, right? Hospital industry.
Yes.
So when we go to the hospital industry, we define hospital as the place where we provide the curative care, if I'm not wrong in that way, in defined way.
Yeah.
It provides the curative care. Some hospitals may be providing the emergency care services or maybe essential services, information and power. So mainly it is a center for curative. Patients in this hospital, the patients are the sole reason for the hospital establishment. Am I right?
Yes.
The patients are the sole reason for the hospital industry. So the hospital industry has to design the entire operational system centering around the patient. So the hospital administrator has a great responsibility in understand, appreciate the behavior aspect of the patient care, and take appropriate action and neglect the dysfunctional aspect of that. So when we go to the hospital industry, mainly we need to look at the patient safety, patient physical need, patient emotional need, patient clinical need, patient education. We need to measure the patient satisfaction index. We need to have strategic planning for that, efficient leadership and teamwork in the hospital, and maybe feedback and evaluation is very much needed, right? So the top 9 trends in the healthcare management is like cost cutting. We have to focus on cost cutting. Healthcare IT management is very, very important. Social media in healthcare, which is very, 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 very upcoming now. So population of healthcare management strategies to this is readmission, and the privacy becomes the most important. How to keep the healthcare privacy, compliance with the state of federal laws, and the process improvements. So I can just tell you there are some of the review that in August 15, 2016.
Okay.
In a newspaper called Daily Hunt, it tells that more than 70 government hospitals to provide online appointment now. See, that time there was no COVID, right?
Yes.
But in that newspaper in 2016, 15th August, they say that almost 70 government hospitals they are trying to provide online appointment now.
Okay.
So they want to reduce that. This after the COVID, I found this news to be very interesting, isn't it?
Yes.
So 80% of the Indian doctors located in urban areas. Do you know that this is published in Economic Times in 2016?
Oh, okay.
5.2 million medical errors are happening. Very important. Note it down for your research, Gaston.
Yeah.
5.2 million medical errors are happening in India annually.
Annually?
Annually.
Oh
2.5 million medical errors. This is published in the Economic Times on August 2, 2016. Please note this down and do a research on this, how to develop this. Being a young guy, this is very, very alarming situation for us. So private, and when we go to the cost cutting, it was reported in Times of India in June 2015 that private hospitals, it is a well-known fact now, they charge at least three times more than the government facilities, right?
Yes.
So we need to think of the cost cutting. So challenges building the app providing the healthcare. Now it is published in 2016. Now there are a lot of friends, like even with your friend who have been introduced. So a lot of friends who are trying to make an app, but this app preparation was a need which was established by Economic Times on June 10, 2016. There's the need for providing app for the healthcare service. And nurses is definitely the major part of the patient in hospitals and the clinical safety, right? Nurses. They're very, very, because these nurses stay most of the time with the patient. So nursing. So when after hearing all those issues in the newspaper, I think that there are many, we may best need for the hospital management can be narrated, can be brought down into reduction in cost, right? If I'm not wrong. Increase in patient safety is important, which is very, 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 very important parameters. And you need to do a lot of research on this patient safety, how to upgrade the patient safety. If I have time, I will tell you something very interesting about patient safety today. We have to increase the patient satisfaction index, sensible use of technology, and enhance the staff motivation and the work satisfaction. This is, I feel, the basic outline of the hospital management which should take care.
Okay.
When we reduce the cost, it can be reduced in many ways. That it can be reduced by nowadays by use of computers, by LEN they can reduce the manpower, by healthcare. A lot of things by they can formulate them. They can bring the pharmacy and the investigation center in one place, right? So there are a lot of energy efficient hospitals are there where they're saving the energy to reduce the cost. So there are a lot of inputs which can come up to reduce the cost in the hospitals. Where the OT modular OT is there, hospital indoor papers, record and photograph is just process, pharmacy module, presence module, thumb finger, anything, retinal module. There are a lot of modules, telemedicine module and account module. A lot of modules have been researched and that can be definitely implemented for reducing the cost factor.
Okay.
When we come to the patient safety, hospital safety. Hospital safety is very, very important in hospital management. Do you agree with that?
Yes, sir. Definitely, sir. I agree. Yeah.
When we go to the hospital safety, yes, hospital safety is a very, 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 very important parameter for And when we go for hospital safety, we for the safety for the people, safety for the property, and safety for the place. Right? Safety for the place, you can go for fire, electrical, mechanical, infrastructural safety. Safety for property means equipment, asset, and stores. Safety for people means safety for staffs, visitors, and patient. So these are the safety profile of the hospitals, right?
Yes.
Now I will tell you one interesting thing, but it is on the very lighter note. Don't take it on a very serious note.
Okay.
But it is a fact.
Okay.
So when in US there was a study
Okay.
that there are number of doctors in US is 70,000,
70,000. Okay.
and the number of people who are holding gun,
Okay. Possessing guns.
or
Yeah.
80 personal guns, 80 lakhs, right?
Oh my gosh.
Right.
Okay.
So it is the accidental death caused by the doctor there, right? Accidental death caused by the doctor is 1,20,000.
Annually?
But the accident, yes,
Okay.
this is the fact. This is already recorded fact there in US.
Okay.
This is a part of my research there. And the accidental death due to usage of gun is 1,500 only.
Okay.
So accident per year by doctor
Okay.
is 17.4.
Okay.
Accident per year by gun is 0.0001875.
Oh.
Accident per year per doctor is 17.4. Accident per year per gun is 0.0001875. So the doctors are 9,000 times dangerous than gun.
This is going to be a highlight.
Why I said this, why I said this, I will tell you later on what are the studies which we have. The report that there was a ABC TV program, that program name was 2020. The program name was Deep Sleep, which reported that 60,000 annual deaths or disabled is due to the anesthetic accident.
Okay, sir. So all these
Due to
information show, are the doctors are having lack of practice, or why is
No.
it happening?
That I will come to. It is not because of doctors, not because of the person.
Oh, okay. We will talk about
Which I will come later on. This is I'm telling you, this is the fact.
Okay.
It is not because of the inefficiency of a doctor or because of a person. It's because of the process.
Oh, I see.
Because of the lack of process, lack of system. It is not because of any doctor's efficiency at all.
Okay.
Because this data I'm giving of US. Now, if an adverse country have this data, you can well understand what is the situation of developing countries or underdeveloped countries, right?
Yeah.